This lady's entertaining real estate TikTok channel is being used as a case study in this video reaction.
When you try to do government title, it takes time. It costs money. You don't even know what's happening again. The lawyer shake back, the this thing shawo. Hold on. When your agreement was drafted by secretary in Tejo Market, what will have happened? Or you think because the person was secretary or PA to a lawyer for 20 years? Let me tell you one lie. Donatus, in this real estate space, all your property deals, they will go problem free. Yes, it's a lie.
Are you serious?
So am I trying to discourage you? No. The issue with real estate is that the margin of investment vis-a-vis return is so high, is so wide, that whatever you make at the end of the day absorbs everything you invested and all the risk you took. That is why you must mitigate your risk. You must up your due diligence game.
When you're trying to sell high-ticket items, it's important to be able to give people an opportunity to sample your brand in a way that helps them to build trust and confidence to do business with you over time. When a person wants to buy land or invest in property of any kind, be it real estate, be it a building that's already been completed or landed property, you agree with me that it's not a decision that the person will just wake up and do overnight, except they're doing it to somebody that is well known to them already or trusted. So if they're dealing with total strangers, if both parties do not know each other, there's a lot of due diligence that needs to be carried out. So a channel like this woman's channel is a channel that anybody selling high ticket items would want to create. So, and I always tell people, you have to use as many different channels as possible, and I mean channel formats. So you have the person on TikTok, the person on YouTube, Facebook, doing videos, writing articles, doing stuff like that. But there's one aspect that most people do not even pay attention to, and that's the radio aspect. And I'm not talking about radio in the conventional sense, I'm talking of internet radio. So I'm featuring this particular lady's channel now as a basis to mentioning the fact that you can choose to publish conventionally in this manner, but you can also choose to double your potentially reach and impact by also utilizing the internet radio platform, all right, to broadcast your content and then letting that get republished in this format that you see now, which is the video format, okay, on other platforms. You understand? Because the internet radio platform gives you the opportunity to have a wider reach, because most people can tune into that and they don't have to really incur the kind of bandwidth consumption that happens when they have to deal with the visual media, all right? And so there's something we are about to launch. When I say we, I mean myself and some of my clients, that has to do with the use of the internet radio. They're going to be having radio shows. And so I'm talking about this with regard to that a client can choose to start off doing things like this on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, but can evolve his or her brand to incorporate the use of internet radio at some point. Because then what happens is that when you broadcast on internet radio, you have the opportunity to sell advertising on that platform, and you control that space. It's not like the one where they can kick you off on YouTube and all that. So there's more I can tell you about this. If you're interested, reach out to me using the contact details on your screen. But for now, watch this lady, listen to her presentation. She's very articulate. I was impressed. And look at the way she's choosing to brand her stuff. She even wears she has branded wares. And these are some of the things that I did with my girls. I do myself. I have my branded t-shirts, branded pens. My daughters have the same thing. You see it in some of the videos we've done. And the objective is to, you see, you can be small, but the internet is the greatest leveler known to mankind. So it allows everybody to dominate in their own space. All you have to do is demonstrate knowledge and competence, and people will follow you. And that's what the use of the internet radio platform will help you to achieve. But even better, it will allow you also to go to the next level, because you'll be able to actually get people to become paid listeners, and you control that, and you also get them to place advertisements. So you have two different, at least at the minimum, two different ways in which you can leverage the internet radio platform to make money. If you want to know more about this, just reach out to me using the contact details on your screen, and I'll be glad to explain to you more.
I had to take this child with me to Badagry, but before we get there, here I am on the road to Badagry. We were approaching Ijaniki. Ijaniki is about lawyer. What's going to happen if they issue me of 99 years? After 99 years, will I go back and buy? Me, I don't know.
Now, wow.
What they have not told me, put in black and white, I don't know, and I've not seen anywhere in the Land Use Act that says you will come and rebuy. But if you want to treat it as a licensing agreement because in a sense that agreement is a licensing one between the government and you. Yes. Now we're looking at the similarities and the differences between a mortgage and a rent to own. They are very similar and sometimes they overlap, but they are not exactly the same thing. Now, number one, in understanding mortgages, let me tell you something briefly about types of mortgages. But before I go into it, let me explain a legal term that will help you understand some of the jargons in the document. Let's talk about compensation.
Give me some words of wisdom.
A client came to our office and we're talking, and she was lamenting that she thought she was going to be entitled to compensation in her state when government took their land, but that state and go and collect what. So in the Yaini series, Yaini did a video in which her landlord barged into her bedroom. And she confronted him and he said that he's not the one that rented the house to her. And people were telling me that, oh, they believe that that script was written just for attention.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now.
I say it's not so. It's not so. Landlord have barged into tenant's bedroom before. All those scripts were written from things that have happened. A woman and her husband were in their room that Saturday midday about 11, and the agent all the way from the gate entered, greeted everybody. How he chose it is their own apartment he wanted to enter because the door was slightly ajar. He entered and then proceeded to say good morning and then just strolled into the bedroom.
Are you serious?
And they say, Oga, how far? And they say, hey, so what's there? Am I not the one that rented the house to you? Boldly. Please, property owners, train your agents to know the proper thing to do. The fact that they are managing property for you does not mean they are lords over. In part 1 of Basics of Assessing a Mortgage in Nigeria. Now, in part 1, we were talking about basics of assessing a mortgage in Nigeria, and we said assess